So I had 3 events last week, and I didn't hardly talk about them at all. And the reason I didn't is because I've been under the weather. The kids gave me a cold. It was so kind of them. After I did that gig last weekend, on the way home, I started feeling rotten. But I still had 3 gigs I had to do that week. So plenty of orange juice and medication and a lot of rest to get me through. So let's talk about those gigs right now. The first one I did was for a health and wellness center that specializes in things like liposuction and non-surgical facelifts. They were having kind of a thank you slash presentation on new procedure event going on for their clients. It was mostly women. There were 2 sessions. One was from noon to 2:30, and the other one was from 4 to 6:30. And I had an hour and a half in between to go get lunch or whatever. I used the Maui 5 Goes for this, and they worked really well. I didn't hardly have the music on at all. It was more background music because they were giving presentations and signing people up for things and scheduling people, and they were talking to people. So I didn't have to blast the music. It wasn't a dance event, so no lights or anything, just sound. And I was also providing them a wireless microphone so they could give presentations. And they really liked it. I had no direction on this, but I kind of went with up-tempo, fun, positive music. So next up, I did the club. And I'm in a situation right now where I didn't say much about it, but I lost one of my mixing boards. I've got a rack that's built for mobile, where I've got a wireless mic built into it and everything I need for mobile stuff and a DBX Go rack. That's my mobile rack. I also have a club rack that's specific for the club, no wireless mic on that one. And the size is what I need it, for the club to go on the X stand and all that. Well, I got one mixer to go between the 2 racks. So I've had to switch the mixer back and forth depending on what I'm doing. I didn't get hardly anything from the club gig. I don't even know if I kept it or deleted it off the camera. But the cool thing about the club, or the weird thing about the club, was that my Saturday client for the wedding was having the rehearsal dinner there, and they went big on it. And they rented out the room, and they partied afterwards. So they were requesting me being at the club. Just by coincidence, they were having the rehearsal dinner there. In fact, I booked this client before I even started working back at Safe House. They already had this plan, but I got together with the folks at Safe House and explained, hey, that's my client for Saturday who you're going to have on Friday, and they're requesting me to be there because they were after they found out that I worked there. So it was fun, and I got to kind of get to know people in neutral ground before I jumped into the Saturday event. Needed a lot of gear for Saturday's event because not only were they doing a ceremony, I needed a ceremony set up for that, but it was an EDM wedding, so they wanted big sub sound, but they also wanted to be able to have conversation and not have horns honking. So I tried something different. I did a video on that. I went Evolve 30Ms for the tops, so we had that nice smooth array sound that doesn't really compete with the same frequency we use for speaking. And then I used a pair of EKX 15-inch subwoofers. And it actually worked out really well. I was surprised how well it worked. Cool clients. There were a lot of people there who go on Groove Cruise, which is a big EDM cruise from all over the world. The clients themselves are originally from here, but live in Arizona now. So a lot of people from Arizona, a lot of people from Miami. There are people there from Europe, and of course family and friends. Not a young couple. I think she was in her mid-40s. He was about my age, early 50s. And most of the people who were there were about the same age as well. The people who were dancing and such. It was a fun party. But it was a lot of work. And of course, before I did my Saturday gig, I had to switch the rack, switch the mixers back and forth. I have a new mixer on the way. And hopefully it'll be here next week. And I won't have to do that anymore. But I do have one that's coming. That's the good news. And I've been recovering this week from all of that. And I feel pretty good. Better. I'm not perfect yet. I'm still not out of the water yet. I did go to the movies with my kid the other day. That was cool. Felt pretty good for that. But I've been resting for the last 2 days. And hopefully by this weekend, which is supposed to be nice out, I can get out of the house and enjoy myself a little bit. But yeah, that's what happened last week. Those were the gigs. And that's why I didn't post anything about it. I have this weekend off. I'm back doing weddings next week. And I'll be really busy with club work this week after, or this coming month after that. So we'll see then. I've got product to show you too. And as soon as I'm better, I will get those product videos done for you. We'll see you then. Take care. Practice and enjoy.